we're out there competing and making each other better. You know, we have a lot of depth at that position, and me, Carlos, Ryan Green, and Freeman, all of us at the same time. We could pass block, we could run the ball, we could all be in different situations. And with me having a little shoulder injury at the beginning, and we just need a little bit more depth. So now we got all these people, and we're all actually making, we're making impact in the game. We're not just like, it's not like people's just sitting out. Everybody's making impact in the game, and I think that's pretty well, because now that makes it harder for defenses to watch film. Now they got to watch more film on each of us, and we can all be in for different situations.
How critical is it to be able to spread out the carries amongst all four of you, to be able to know, anybody can carry the load?
It's amazing, because we have an experienced offensive line. We have the whole O-line coming back, and the only question mark was on Bobby, and I don't know why, because Bobby's been been doing what he's supposed to do, and doing above average than what he's supposed to be doing at the right tackle. And us being the running backs and having Jameis, they're going to have to respect his pass, because you see what he's been doing lately. And at the same time, got to respect his run. So that spreads out the box for us. So when they open the box out of that, and we have a lot of runs coming out of, gun set, they're going to have to spread out and respect Kenny Shaw on the outside and Rashad Green. And they're going to have to respect those guys. So if they don't have enough in the box with the experienced O-line, coach is just going to keep feeding us. As long as we're getting the job done, I don't think it's really going to change that much with all the backs getting a lot of carries.
Could you have imagined Carlos being able to just switch over this easily and do what he's been able to do?
I already knew it, man. I was asked him. I was like, man, I thought you were going to come in, because, he played running back. He played running. It was just he happened to be in like 3-point stands, some like ugly formation. But he played running back at the high school level. And knowing what kind of speed guy he is, he's almost the same size as me. He's like 220, 6'1", or something like that. So I always knew he could. And Jimbo asked him before, I think freshman year or sophomore year, but he was kind of still strict on his safety position. So, but once we got kind of low on running backs at the time, and then I went through a little shoulder injury, he was all for the team and came over unselfishly, and things are working out great for him. I honestly think he's a better running back than safety. I think things are going to work better for him on offense.
With him switching over, is there maybe now a new nickname? You went from Wild and Free to Young Wild and Free to now what?
We've been thinking, man. Carlos making this hard with the will. I don't know what we could. We still thinking though. We don't got nothing yet, but we still gonna be thinking about that.
And for you guys, it seemed like at the beginning of the season, everyone talked about the depth of the defense, especially like the secondary and other positions on the defense. To look at the offense and see, Jacob Coker is the second-string quarterback. Yeah. The speed that you guys have in your second-string receivers. Mm-hmm. Carlos Williams is the third-string running back who's gone on and touched the ball. To look at that, how do you guys feel about this offense?
I'm confident about this offense, man. I'm so geeked up about this offense because we have Coker. Coker could start, I think, almost anywhere in any other university. And we have Carlos who, we don't really have first, second, and third string at the running back, but we have Carlos who's a third string running back who's, I think, leading the team in rushing probably, or something like, and leading the team in rushing touchdowns. So he definitely could start anywhere else in the nation. So we just have so much depth that we got to play everybody, and everybody's going to have a turn to eat. Everybody's going to have some turn to get some play time. And with us having that depth coming to the end of the season or middle of the season, end of the season, when guys are banged up, we're going to be still fresh legs and still just beginning.
I know you guys have talked a lot about getting each other. You enjoy seeing Freeman be able to run in the end zone and enjoy seeing each other succeed. Mm-hmm. Is there at any point that you start to think, though, okay, well, Coach Fisher says that we got to get Carlos more in the mix. Where does that come from? That obviously has to come from Freeman and I or somewhere. Is there any part of that ever worries you as running back?
No, it doesn't really worry me. I know. Sometimes as a back, every back wants to get the ball 15 times or 20 times a game. That's just natural for somebody as a competitor to want the ball in their hands that many times. But with us having, you got to understand, with us having a three-headed monster backfield like that with Carlos in the backfield, that's just too much talent just for him to just be sitting back on the sideline. And even Ryan Green, there's just so much talent for those guys just to sit on the sideline. Like, just even if it's just little situational plays, just like that toss sweep he got or something like that, or a counter, just getting him in open field, little plays like that. Just breaking them in, and then once he knows the playbook all the way, we're going to be able to break them in all the way. But it's not like it's really messing up the count where we're getting like 3 carries now and one person's getting 15 carries and one person's getting 3 carries. We're all about the same. We're all getting about 8 to 10 carries a game still. So it's really what we do with those carries.
Have you seen any of Boston College play at all? Andre Williams play at all?
I haven't watched the film yet. We're supposed to be watching the film right before practice.
Do you actually watch people at your position ever either?
At the running back position, not really. I mean, sometimes if I'm just messing around with the defense or just going while they're in there, like not on coach's time, just on players' time, I'll go watch them out. I know the defense been telling me they had a running back, number 44, who's a big guy, and it was like, oh man, you big man, you got to give us a good look in practice today because we need somebody to give us a good look running like him. So I was like, okay, but I mean that's all I heard from their offense. But I'm sure. I think like 7 of 7. They're returning 7 starters on defense. I think, or I believe. But I haven't really watched film on them yet. But I mean, they know a lot about us, so I'm sure we'll be getting on film early. They send a lot of crazy blitzes, and I remember that from last year. So I mean, I'm sure nothing really changed from that. But we're going to get on film today.
And I know the defense had a couple guys out last week, and so they've had different guys be able to step in, and you've seen some of their depth even at positions where
Right.
maybe that their depth questionable.
Right.
How have you seen them develop against you guys at practice as far as stopping the run?
I mean, that it makes them way more confident. I mean, when you have these younger guys coming in, and then, like I said, even though we have so much depth that we don't really have starting positions, it's really kind of just rotational spots. But when you have these freshmen mentally thinking that it's the starting position, they get way more. I mean, they get more pride in themselves, they get more self-esteem in themselves, and that makes them play way better. And you can see it in practice. I mean, they're coming out way more enthusiastic, and it just makes a big difference. So now that they just got a little taste of what that is, they're going to be determined to keep competing and make each other better. And now their confidence is up. So, I mean, we're right where we want them.